I think as it became more accessible, and also I do believe the role of crypto is digitizing gold. Let's be clear, Bitcoin is an international asset.
비트코인은 디지털 금이며 국제적 자산이다 라고 주장하는 영상 속 인물은 최근 비트코인 현물 ETF를 신청하면서 가상자산 시장의 전반적인 분위기를 반전시킨 블랙록의 CEO 래리핑크입니다. 우선 블랙록에 대한 소개를 잠깐 드리자면 1경 이상의 천문학적인 돈을 굴리는 자타공인 전 세계 1위 자산 운용사이자 세력 위의 세력이라고 불리는 집단입니다. 바이든 정부에도 블랙록 출신 인사들이 대거 포진되어 있고 미국 재무부와 국가경제위원회의 실무사령탑 요직을 차지하고 있습니다. 블랙록은 전 세계 1위 자산 규모를 넘어 정치적 영향력에서도 세계 넘버원 금융기관으로 인식되고 있는데요. 특히 블랙록의 CEO 래리핑크는 현 정부인 민주당의 주요 후원자이자 민주당 내 영향력이 매우 큰 인사인 만큼 바이든이 직접 임명한 SEC 위원장 게리겐슬러도 블랙록의 이번 비트코인 현물 ETF 신청을 쉽게 거절하기는 어려울 것으로 분석되는 상황입니다. 최근 블랙록은 정식으로 SEC에 비트코인 현물 ETF 를 신청하면서 새로운 가상자산 혁신을 주도하고 있는데요. 이런 상황에서 블랙록의 CEO인 래리핑크가 폭스 인터뷰에서 향후 암호화폐 시장에 대한 인사이트와 비전에 대한 자신의 견해를 이야기하는 것을 함께 들어보도록 하겠습니다.
So I told you at the top of the show, the S&P's 15% gain year to date, nothing to sneeze at. But check out this comparison. Since the start of 2023, Bitcoin has pulled off an absolute moonshot. The crypto of record has soared 83%, with a good chunk of it coming since June 15th. That's when BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, filed an application for a spot Bitcoin trust ETF. BlackRock's iShares joins a crowd of fund managers from ARK to Invesco, VanEck, Grayscale, all these other fund companies that have been desperate to do the same, but they've been turned away by the SEC's bouncers, namely Chief Bouncer Gensler. BlackRock's first application, actually, it's already been kicked back. The SEC demanded it name a surveillance partner to spot things like fraud and manipulation. And late last week, BlackRock and NASDAQ refiled, naming Coinbase as the custodial surveillance partner of the spot Bitcoin trust. The crypto world pinning its hopes on BlackRock, which has a track record regulators say they find too good to reject. At least that's what people think. BlackRock's 576 ETF applications, 575 have been accepted, and just one has been rejected. Crypto sector waits and watches. Joining us now in a Fox Business exclusive is BlackRock's chairman and CEO, Larry Fink, along with Charlie Gasparino. Great to have you, Larry. I know that per SEC regulations, you cannot get into specifics, but as you look at all of your track records when it comes to iShares and approvals, how do these things work out? How long does it take? And what do you think odds are of any of your ETFs that you float getting accepted?
Well, we try to do what's right for the long-term investor, and I think we have a good track record working with our regulators and trying to making sure we're thinking about all the issues around any filing. And so I can't get into the specifics of this filing, but I think the chart speaks quite well. We work really closely with our regulators, and we want to hear from the regulators what are their issues and how can we fix those issues around that. So we hope that, like in the past, we could be working with our regulators and get the filing approved one day. And I have no idea what that one day will be. And so we'll see how that all plays out. Specifically on Bitcoin, as I've said in the past, we're a believer in digitization of products. You know, ETFs was a big revolution for the mutual fund industry, and it's really taking over the mutual fund industry. And we do believe that if we can create more tokenization of assets and securities, and that's what Bitcoin is, it could revolutionize again finance. And so we look at this as an opportunity to move one step further in terms of providing investors, fractions of shares, democratizing the cost of investing. Over the last 10 years, we've lowered the cost of iShares ETFs by 30%. So what we're trying to do is make it more accessible and more easy. The attempt in terms of what we're trying to do with crypto is make it more democratized with all of crypto and making it much cheaper for investors. Right now, the bid-ask spread for crypto is very expensive. It does erode a lot of the returns that you speak about because it costs a lot of money right now to transact Bitcoin, and it costs a lot of money to get out of that. And so we hope our regulators look at these filings as a way to democratize crypto. And we'll see in the future how that plays out.
You were never a crypto skeptic like Buffett?
I was skeptical because the early users it was heavily used for, let's say, illicit activities. And I think as it became more accessible, and also I do believe the role of crypto is digitizing gold. Let's be clear, Bitcoin is an international asset. It's not based on any one currency. And so it can represent an asset that people can play as an alternative. I would call the foundation of BlackRock is about hope. You invest for retirement because you believe tomorrow is better than today.
Right, but hasn't the technology sort of diverged from the value of the digital coins? I mean, I don't know a lot of people who use the blockchain, that's the Bitcoin technology, to transact. I know a lot of people who hold Bitcoin. You don't hold Bitcoin, right?
I don't own anything other than mutual funds and
BlackRock,
ETFs, BlackRock shares.
Okay, but you see what I'm saying? You know, there's been advancement. You know, people, there's a utility, it seems, out of nowhere about this digital coin. I don't see the utility in the underlying technology. And isn't that bad?
Well, no, I actually believe the underlying technology is fantastic because the blockchain will help you accelerate the processes of transactions. The blockchain will help you identify. I mean, let's be clear. If you have a pure blockchain and you have knowledge of who the buyers and sellers are, you know, we don't need custodians anymore. Okay. We don't need, you know, the whole process of finance. Some of the intermediaries are broken down, but it's an advancement of technology. I mean, it's no different than the spirit around AI and what AI can do.